Hey guys, what's up? So on Wednesday I was talking to my mom and I kind of realized that my whole life I have been lied to. That's right, parents are the worst liars. Mom, why? They will absolutely tell you whatever you want to hear just so they can get their own way. These are just a few of the things that I have been lied to about as a kid. So submitted for the approval of the Crew 124, I call this video Things That My Parents Have Lied to Me About as a Kid, or something like that. The death of a pet. In my time, I have had a few pets who have mysteriously vanished. And some of the reasoning for this I have heard is, oh, it ran away. When you're at school, some kids hopped the fence and they must have let it go. It's learned to become invisible. Mom, look, there's no need to lie about that. If they've become invisible, just tell me. Because how awesome would it be to have an invisible dog? Somebody who probably had no business telling me this as a kid told me that if I don't use it, I will lose it. At the time, I had no clue what he meant. I mean, I do now, but at the time I didn't. So I used it for everything. Kind of like an ant uses its feelers to detect stuff. Now come on, there is no way this could ever be true. Ever. I mean, if you lost it because you didn't use it, there would be mayhem in the street. There would be traffic jams and car accidents caused by men, you know, just using it at the slightest tingle. Let's be real, you wouldn't be able to leave your house without seeing somebody use it. And there would totally be a guy whose job would be to be like a dentist for your penis. And you'd go in, you know, twice a year and he would sit you down and ask you, how often are you using it? And you would say something like, you know, once every other day. And he would say, bullshit, because look how it bleeds when I do this. And then he would probably show you how to properly use it, and that would be a horrible situation for everybody. Something my mom has always told me is if your food is too hot, just blow on it. That is the worst piece of advice I have ever received, because just going does not change the temperature of a hot liquid. Sure, it blows the steam around and that looks really cool, but you still put it in your mouth and it still burns. I've learned from experience that if you just leave it there for a few minutes, it'll cool down and become edible. Something my dad always used to tell me is if I didn't finish my food, I couldn't leave the table. Oh really, bitch? Because yes, I fucking can. My legs still work even if I haven't had my vegetables. That one's not really a lie, it's more just a really crappy thing to tell a kid. Another lie I'm sure we've all heard is that if you don't come right now, I'm gonna leave you there. My mom used to take me to the dollar store. My mom would always take me to the dollar store, and that would be like heaven and hell. Because if you know me at all, I'm a very indecisive person, and she would only let me have one cheap plastic action figure when I really wanted all the cheap plastic action figures. So I would take my time and, like, you know, imagine what it would be like to play with each plastic toy and, you know, smell them, and it would take me forever to make a decision. And I totally took my time. I diddle-daddled around to, you know, make sure that I've seen everything, that I've made the right decision like a good, responsible child. And she would come up to me and she would say, look, if you don't hurry up and make a decision, I'm gonna leave you here. Are you kidding me? That would have been the best thing in the whole world, because then I would have had any toy I wanted. I could have just pulled one off the shelf. I would have had an unlimited supply of paper pads and tiny plastic plates with weird fake fruit and ornate glass ducks. That would have been the best. But being that I was a kid and totally believed her, I wasn't prepared to call her bluff, and, you know, I would just choose one thing and run away. And the only other lie I can think of right now that I was told as a kid is that I was the prettiest baby boy in the whole world, and I already know right away that's a complete lie, because babies look like weird rubber alien sock puppets. And also, excuse me, did you see Ryan Gosling as a kid? So anyway, those are just a few of the things that I have been lied to about as a kid. If you can think of any of the lies that you've been lied to about, just leave them in the comments below. Let's see what kind of parents we all have. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I love you all, and I will see you Friday. I don't even understand why things are funny in my head. Just a lot of things sound funny before I say them. But I say them anyway. I have like a big dumb brain.